Hi, it's Debbie Silber. So this video is about emotional eating. And emotional eating, you know if you're doing this, emotional eating is when you're eating to soothe, calm, numb, relax from your problems or your pain. You're self-soothing. And food is simply your drug of choice. You may have learned this when you were young. You may have just started this on your own. It's not your fault. You're trying to feel better. Whatever's going on with you, you're trying to feel better. And when that anxiety hits, when you're trying to numb or distract yourself from your problem or your pain, food is there. It's available. And you're also looking for those two really powerful neurotransmitters, serotonin, which gives you that sense of peace and calm, and dopamine, which ignites the reward and pleasure centers of your brain. So it's no wonder why we're reaching to certain foods to feel that peace and that calm. But here's a really important question that I invite you to ask yourself. And you may want to write this down. That's my way of saying write this down. What are you really hungry for? Don't berate yourself when you're going through a binge. You're doing it because you're trying to help yourself in some way, and food is just available. But after the binge, instead of the "why'd you do it, you're such a loser," whatever you say to yourself, what are you really hungry for? Are you hungry for downtime? Are you hungry for intimacy? Are you putting off a conversation that you need to have? Are you bored with your job? What's really going on? What's the reason? Get to the bottom of that binge. Why did you do it? What's going on there? I'll tell you something. I mean, I have been working with emotional leaders for 25 plus years, thousands of emotional leaders. I was an emotional leader myself for forever. And, when you realize, what am I truly hungry for? And then when you start feeding that's the beginning of the end of emotional eating. There's also probably a very real sugar addiction going on. But take a look and say, what am I feeding? What do I really need? I remember working with a woman years ago, and she said, "Debbie, I don't even get it. I eat really well, and something goes down at 3 p.m, and I just go nuts." And we figured it out, and it turns out she had a need for community service. Got her involved in community service. The weight just fell off. Now, it's sort of a backwards approach to weight loss, but when you feed what you're really hungry for, you're feeding the real need. That unmet need is no longer unmet. So that's the beginning of the end of emotional eating. I talk about that in The Unshakable Woman, and we have exercises to work through that in The Unshakable Woman, the workbook. And if I can help you with any of that, just let me know. Share this video with your friends and family, any emotional eater that you know. And if you want to talk, that would be great. To get on my calendar, just text the word schedule to the number 38470. That's going to get you on my calendar. And remember, with emotional eating, you're doing it to soothe. So beating yourself up is never the answer. What are you really hungry for? Feed that. That's the beginning of the end of emotional eating. Thanks again. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.